Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Tuesday, 24th day of November. Here we go. This will probably be our last one on the kosher topic. Here goes. If you have a teapot and you're keeping it parv and you want to heat up some tea and you want to serve that tea at a meat meal or at a dairy meal, it's going to be no problem at all because it's a parv teapot and all the tea is cooked up parv, and you're going to just drink it at a meat meal or a dairy meal. Just make sure that it's not touching any of the dairy or meat foods, and then it stays parv, and it could be used like that all the time, making parv tea for a meat meal or a dairy meal. Don't wash it together with meat or dairy dishes, because then it's coming into contact with hot water and food residue of a meat meal or a dairy meal, and then it will have trouble keeping its parv status. If you have a thermos bottle, so you should not be using a thermos bottle and sometimes put milk in it and sometimes put chicken soup in it. That could get you into terrible trouble, so do not do that. If you have, now listen carefully, one of the examples would be if you have a dairy thermos, which often has milk in it, and you cleaned it out, and one day you just want to have a parv drink in it, like fruit punch, and you want to drink that fruit punch at a meat meal. Let me repeat that. It's a dairy thermos that has often had milk in it. Today you want to just have fruit punch in it, and it's clean, it's been cleaned, and you want to drink that fruit punch at a meat meal. It's a problem because we can't really know that you perfectly cleaned the inside of that thermos bottle. It's hard to get in there and get everything, and therefore that's not recommended. Keep it parv if you want to make it parv. If you want to make it for chicken soup, then fine. Keep it, flakes, but don't have a thermos that sometimes holds milk and then serve some other contents in it at a meat meal. That would be a problem. You can have a parv toaster that toasts up bread, and then you can have that bread at a meat meal or a dairy meal. That would be fine. But you can't have your toaster oven go back and forth, being, sometimes toasting pizza bagels and sometimes warming up a piece of meat. That could be a problem. They're also very, very hard to clean, and therefore don't use it for both. If you toasted bread in a dairy toaster oven, do not eat that toast at a meat meal. If you want to buy cut up watermelon at a store, and you don't know that the store cut up the watermelon perfectly fine, usually you're allowed to assume that everything's fine with that watermelon, because it's not likely that the store would even want to, even if they're not a Jewish store, it's not likely that they would want to use any knife other than just the knife that cuts up their melons or their watermelon, and it's probably fine. There are some people who are then a little extra cautious, and they just wash off the surface of the cut spot of the watermelon that they bought. And lastly, if you have a wok that was used to stir fry up some vegetables, parv, everything went in there parv, and it's a parv wok, then you can, like we've been saying all along, serve those stir-fried vegetables at a meat meal and a dairy meal. Again, you should not be washing that wok together with, meat or dairy stuff, because you can get into those usual problems. Thanks for logging on, and we'll probably be off of the kosher topic by tomorrow. Thanks for logging on. We'll give you more tomorrow on probably a different topic. Bye-bye.